Answer, Leon Spinks.
Former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich has a new book out in which he responds to the allegations that resulted in his impeachment and federal indictment on 16 charges of felony. He joins us now, the former Illinois governor and author of The Governor. Rod Blagojevich is here on set. It's good to see you, Governor. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Why are you doing this? Especially why are you doing it in advance of the trial itself, given that most people wait until that's resolved before they come out and tell their side?
Because a terrible thing has happened to me and to my family. I've been falsely accused of things I didn't do. And when you're an innocent person and you have this, you know what the truth is, and you have a responsibility to the people who hired you, because I was elected by the people twice as their governor, never lost an election, and when they vote for you, that's an act of trust. It's important to let them know you didn't break their trust, you didn't let them down. I didn't do the things I've been falsely accused of doing, and so I'm looking for the highest mountaintop I can find to shout it out. And the next best thing is to write that book and have a chance to be on programs like yours.
It's highly personal, right? I mean, it almost reads like a journal or a diary in some ways. Is there any risk that it would corrupt your defense?
Well, the traditional, conventional thinking by lawyers is that you shouldn't do this. You should, whatever I write in that book is obviously going to be subject to the court of law. This conversation will be evidence, potentially. But if you tell them the truth, it doesn't matter if the truth is told today or last week or in 6 months. The truth is the truth. And the truth is I've been maligned and wronged. I was not trying to sell ascendancy for financial gain. When the prosecutor said that he was stopping a crime spree before it happened, he mutilated the truth. There are taped conversations. I want you all to hear them. The accuser who's used snippets of those conversations to twist things has gone into court and has prevented me from telling you what's on those tapes. The truth is on those tapes. And I was in the process, as I write in my book, on the day before I was arrested, I directed my chief of staff to work with Rahm Emanuel, the president's future chief of staff, to get the tactics going, to work out a routine political deal that would invest in public works and create 500,000 jobs, expand health care to thousands of people, and not raise taxes on people in a written guarantee by the Democratic leaders in my state.
One of the things you write, you say on the president, he is now president of the United States, like Zeus in Greek mythology, on top of Mount Olympus. I am Icarus, who flew too close to the sun, and I crashed to the ground. They've sort of distanced themselves from you, have they not? What do you mean by that quote?
Well, I think they sprinted away from me. And it's understandable. When you're accused of things like this, and in fairness to President Obama and the Democrats who the day before were friends of mine and mutual supporters of each other, they don't know what the truth is. They've been told something that isn't the truth, and based on what they know, there's this, they not unreasonably would want to kind of get away from that. You have a brand new president elected. Yeah. The country needs dramatic improvement. This president needs to get off to a running start. He doesn't need to get mired into this sort of scandal. So I fully understand, you know, why they would do what they do, and no hard feelings. So there's a bigger purpose. The president has to serve the people.
Governor, what you know, all I remember is the quote from the wiretap. This seat is worth something. I'm not going to give it away for free. What the? I don't know. What else could that mean? What's your story on
right. That? Well, this is effing golden, and I'm not going to give it away for nothing. And I know what you think comes next. I wish I could tell you what comes next, because I know, but I'm prohibited by the accuser from telling you. And it's not what they're suggesting.
Is
by
Chicago
any means.
Politics? Is this the way it's done in Chicago? Is that what you're saying? Because that's sort of the idea that comes from all of this. That this is not new. This is not unique. This is the way that it's done, which is not a great indictment on Chicago or Illinois or I guess even indirectly.
This is a universal rule. If you're selling ascendancy for financial gain, you should go to jail. I wasn't doing that. I never intended to do that. It's false and it's a lie. Having said that,
you were looking to make a deal to further some legislation that you wanted to get through.
To help
right?
people, that's correct. Now that's politics. Now that's how the process works. This accuser said Abraham Lincoln would roll over in his grave. He doesn't know his history. Abraham Lincoln would have applauded what I was trying to do. He was a practical politician. He knew that there's a barter process with the legislative process, and if you can create jobs through investments in public works, Abraham Lincoln, in his era, they called them internal improvements, expand health care, and not raise taxes on people. I was going to hold my nose, appoint the daughter of my political nemesis, who I have complete disdain for, but I felt that was the best deal I could do for the people of Illinois. On the effing golden thing, let me simply assure you, it is not about financial gain. It has to do with politics, serving the people of Illinois, and discussions related to how I can be helpful on health care.
Governor, if the modus operandi in your state is this type of behavior, and if ultimately it's found that this type of behavior is a breach of your fiduciary trust, right? Would you say then that there's a whole pattern of criminality in your political structure?
You guys like to link this to Chicago, and you make it sound like it's unique to Chicago or Illinois. I mean, we're in New Jersey now. Is that correct? As we speak.
I'm afraid we're just out of time.
Can I just say one thing? President Obama and then Senator Clinton make a political deal. She's going to get out of the race supporting her president. He's going to raise her $10 billion. Then she becomes the Secretary of State. Now, that's politics. Everybody seems to accept that that's natural. That's not unique to Chicago. This is how the process works.
Governor, thank you.
Thanks. I'd like to plug this book, by the way. It's very inspiring. Fired back down the Sonic File. A tremendous story. I'm going to read it. It's an inspiration to me.
All right. All right. Very good. Still ahead this morning.